more often. And I'm not talking about on podcasts. Enough of that shit. Everybody's got a goddamn podcast. I'm not talking about that.
Meghan Markle's podcast has ended its 8-episode run, and there are no plans to release a second season at this point. What a surprise.
Yachts, no boats, Cardi B, no pink stuff. What the fuck?
Summoned everyone to a private meeting. Everyone attended except Meghan Markle. And I'll be honest, I don't blame Meghan for not going, because nothing good happens when white people invite you to the countryside. We've all seen Get Out. We know how this shit ends.
Prepare for it early so it doesn't hurt when it happens.
Meg does her little phony like, I'm so busy just doing like so much wealthy stuff. I have the show, the podcast, I'm a duchess. I have all this wealth. It's just so many busy things as a wealthy person.
So busy.
It was so fake. I was like, oh,
Kevin, what? Harry, whose memoir just broke the Guinness record for fastest selling nonfiction book of all time. They're now releasing a version for kids. I don't know if you know about this. It's a twist on The Princess and the Pea. It's called The Prince and the Penis, and it's
bootlegged the shit out of that movie. They really did.
He's like, I can't believe they were racist. Wait, the whitest family on the planet, the original motherfuckers.
And he went off on this for a while. Again, this idea that everyone is a victim. He's like, no, you're not a victim. I'm sorry. And one of the things that he said.
Tonight, we're live. It's going to be a good time. Everybody wants to be here. I've been getting calls all day. Hold on. It's Kanye. Hey, don't do it. You all saw the movie Sinners.
Says, how do you explain to someone who just started dating that they have to curtsy to your own grandmother?
How do you explain that you bow to your grandmother and that you will need to curtsy, especially to an American? Like, that's weird.
Maybe just tell her that your grandmother is the queen and you're in the royal.
2025 Bet Awards weren't just entertainment. They felt like a setup. And Kevin Hart was the one who fired the first shot. In the middle of his monologue, he swerved unexpectedly and dropped a line that sucked the oxygen out of the room. His target was Meghan Markle, and the punchline wasn't gentle. Kevin went straight for her carefully crafted image, tearing into her royal activist persona like it was poorly written television. He joked that she sounded less like a duchess and more like a canceled Netflix character desperately begging for
the billion other white people to say the N-word every goddamn day.
He mocked the glow, the slogans, the perfectly rehearsed compassion, then pushed even further, hinting that there might not be a real person left beneath all that polish. A raw, controversial line followed, and the room locked up for a second. Then it exploded. Gasps mixed with laughter. Shock blended with chaos. Within minutes, social media lit up, arguing over one brutal question. Was it just a joke, or was it uncomfortable truth?
They've stopped giving, as I said, a rat's backside whatever she says or does, haven't they?
I don't think they ever did. It's kind of like Meghan, give up. That war was always won by them before you even started it. I mean, it's ridiculous how this woman continues to pillage the royal family, to use their events to then skyrocket her.
Joke that Meghan Markle was probably already Googling how to trademark the word authenticity before Kevin Hart could make it trend. But this wasn't just another roast lost in Hollywood noise. This one hit harder. It felt like a switch flipped, like a comedian finally said out loud what people had been whispering for years, but were too afraid to say on a public stage.
Very dangerous. You know, she's already proven that she's very dangerous. What her one goal in life is to get as much attention as she can, and she doesn't care who she destroys in the process.
Comedians treated Meghan like a live wire. One wrong joke and you trigger backlash, hashtags, outrage cycles. Kevin didn't hesitate. He walked straight through that invisible shield. No filters, no pauses, just blunt, uncomfortable humor that cracked the silence and shifted the conversation in real time.
Complain and never explain was the late Queen's motto for royal PR. For Harry and Meghan, it's more a case of never reign and never abstain, especially when it comes to nauseating self-publicity, which invariably back.
There were no viral essays demanding Kevin Hart apologize. No hashtags screaming accountability. Not a single celebrity posting a long Instagram rant about Grace healing, or Meghan Markle's so-called struggle. Instead, there was laughter loud, raw, uncontrollable laughter rolling through the bed. Awards like the old rules had suddenly vanished.
He can bite Playboy Cardi again. Kurt Franklin is in the building. Put it away, Kurt. Put it away. We live. They can't do shit about it. We live.
And here's the real shock. There was no soft landing. None at all. Kevin didn't tiptoe, didn't sugarcoat, didn't pull his punches. He went straight for the throat and landed. Every hit clean, brutal, sharp, and unmistakably.
She thought she was marrying into billions and billions of dollars, and she quickly found out that the purse strings are very tight, especially when it comes to marrying someone who's 8th in line for the throne.
No hesitation. No fake sympathy, just direct shots. And here's the twist: the crowd wasn't uncomfortable. No side-eye glances. No checking whether laughing was allowed. They laughed hard from the gut, like pressure had finally been released. This didn't feel like cruelty. It felt like truth disguised as a joke, which is why it cuts so deep.
We've spoken about this show has completely underperformed. It did not really appear on the Spotify charts. This was, of course, the podcast that she made with Lemonada Media. It's still unclear, actually, about what money has come from this podcast.
The first time, people stopped pretending Meghan Markle's carefully constructed media shield was untouchable. You could feel something shift in the room. That bubble she'd been hiding behind built from PR spin, and endless interviews started leaking in front of millions.
I will not bend the knee and just go along with the nonsense. That's what's so annoying about them. The most of all, they insist that you go along with their nonsense and their insanity and their fragility.
Someone even joked that Meghan Markle was, of course, a lifelong feminist, something she demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job. The sarcasm landed instantly, feeding into the same uncomfortable laughter already hanging in the air.
Meghan Markle is, of course, a lifelong feminist, which she's demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job.
Get well. Meghan, one comment mocked, pointing out that her social media now pulls more views than the Prince and Princess of Wales. But critics argued it was all spectacle, almost shameless. Less about substance the kind people associate with the Prince and Princess, and more about clickbait, branding, and self-promotion.
Well, Meghan specifically, her social media gets a significant amount more views than the Prince and Princess of Wales. But I think that it's all about spectacle. I think it's almost shameless. It's less about substance, which is what we do get from the Prince and Princess of Wales. And it's more about clickbait and generating her own.
NBC later announced plans for a Suits spin-off, focusing on Meghan Markle's character struggling to balance her legal career while caring for an unemployed immigrant. The irony wasn't lost on audiences already questioning how fiction and reality had blurred around her image.
She has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
One anecdote resurfaced of Meghan describing a casual conversation about acting teachers. She congratulated someone on their career, only to receive the same line back. Well, she reportedly said, "It took a little turn." The line now felt unintentionally revealing.
Meghan and I are having a very casual conversation about who our acting teachers were. And she said, "Congratulations on your career." And I said, "Congratulations on your career." And she said, "Well, it took a little turn."
Astor's 13 interview asterisk then came her almost instant, widely mocked response unveiling a new range of dog biscuits. To critics, it wasn't news at all, just another media ploy, a barking mad non-starter. With her constant social media flurry and increasingly frantic semi-announcements, it became hard to tell what was really happening on Planet Meghan. But one thing was clear, she was trying hard. Astor's 14 interview asterisk, some critics went further, claiming that if she hadn't married a prince, she'd be competing on The Bachelor. Meghan M. from Sherman Oaks, the barista chasing roses on reality TV. In their eyes, it all came down to luck. Astor's 15 interview asterisk, she was once sold as a disruptor, a modern royal meant to smash tradition. With a smile, polished speeches, and an army of PR writers behind the curtain, Meghan Markle was positioned as the symbol of a new era, flipping the royal script with Hollywood shine and activist flair. Now, after that night, the shine didn't look quite as untouchable.
Meghan's almost instant, farcically feeble response, unveiling her new range of dog biscuits. Not news at all. As a media ploy, a barking mad non-starter. In terms of her blizzard of social media activity and increasingly frenetic semi-revelations about her confusing business plans, it's hard to work out what precisely is occurring on Planet Meghan. But she sure as hell tried.